Hello, my dear students. So, today in this session, we will discuss about the soils of Assam. Soil is one of the vital elements of the physical environment. It is composed of both organic and inorganic materials. Soil is a very essential element for life. It is also a valuable natural resource. Soils of different types are found in different places on the earth's surface. This means that soil is one of the very important natural resource which is composed of both organic and inorganic materials. Is it clear? Soil is very essential and valuable for human life, at the same time for both the animals and the plants also. Different places are found varieties of soils according to the location of that particular place. Fertile soils are specially suitable for agriculture. Soils are formed by various factors. The principal soil forming factors are parent materials, climate, organic processes, physiography and time. In other words, soils are formed due to actions and interactions of these factors. So, what do you understand by this para? That is, soils are very suitable, and especially the fertile soils are very suitable for agricultural and cultivation purposes. Is it clear? And the main or the principal soil forming factors are the climate, the parent materials. Now parent materials means what? From the rock types or the minerals that exist in the rock. Is it clear? As we have already studied that rock, by the process of weathering, it can be transformed into soils. Okay, organic processes means what? The biological processes. When the animals will be dead, the decomposition of that animals and plants can be known as some kind of organic processes, and these also add some kind of fertility to the soil. And physiography and time, around the entire topography or the physiography is also quite responsible for the formation of different types of soil, and time also plays a dominant factor. Is it clear? Because soil can't be formed in a single day. Long millions of years ago the soil can be formed, and till date the process is still going on. The effects of parent materials, the geological structure, climate, organic processes, physiography and time are clearly seen in the formation of soils of Assam. Due to effects and actions of these factors, different types of soils in the foothills, plateaus, plains, floodplains have formed. So, in Assam Valley, or both comprising the Barak and the Brahmaputra Valley, we find different types of soils based on climate, organic processes, physiography and time. And due to the effects and actions of these factors, various variations of soils can be found in these two types of valleys of Assam. The soils of Assam can be classified into four types: the alluvial soil, the Piedmont soil, the hill soil and the laterite soils. The alluvial soils are extensively found in the plains of the Brahmaputra and Barak valleys. These soils have formed as a result of deposition of silt and clays carried by the rivers and their tributaries. The alluvial soils are generally fertile, and there are two types of alluvial soils. They are new alluvial soils and old alluvial soils. The new alluvial soils are mostly found in the active floodplains of the Brahmaputra and the Barak rivers and their tributaries, and also in the riverside plains. These soils are moderately deep and grey in color. These are basically composed of sandy to silty loams and slightly acidic. So basically this new alluvial soil can be found in the active floodplains of the Brahmaputra and the Barak rivers. So in our previous chapter already we have discussed about the floodplains. What do you understand by the term floodplains? That means the plains which frequently occur by the flood. Is it clear? And by the sides of the both Brahmaputra and Barak valleys, the entire side, that particular type of soil can be known as what? New alluvial soil. And the characteristics of these soils are moderately deep and grey in color, and these are quite basically composed of sandy to silty loams and slightly acidic in nature. At the same time, on the river banks, these are sometimes neutral or slightly alkaline, and these soils are deficient in phosphoric acid, nitrogen and humus. So students, when the question may come, write the characteristics of the new alluvial soil. So this you have to explain in your answer. The old alluvial soils are found especially in the regions between the northern Piedmont zone of the Kokrajhar, Borpeta, Nalbari, Kamrup, Dorong, Sonitpur, Lakhimpur and Dhemaji districts, and the new alluvial soils of the south bank of the Brahmaputra. Similarly, these soils are found in the regions of the south bank districts lying between the southern hill soil zone and the new alluvial soil zone along the Brahmaputra river. So basically, this type of old alluvial soils can be found in the regions between the northern Piedmont zone. That means what? The border areas or the side zones of the Kokrajhar, Borpeta, Nalbari, Kamrup, Dorong, Sonitpur, Lakhimpur and Dhemaji districts, and the southern bank of the Brahmaputra where a type of alluvial soils can be found. Old alluvial soils occur extensively in the plains of the Kopili river in Nagaon district. On the other hand, these soils are available in a narrow zone of the Barak plain between the active floodplain of Barak and the hill soils of the Assam-Mizoram border. So, in the Barak river or in the Barak valley, where this type of soils can be found in the active floodplain areas of the Barak and the hill soils of the Assam-Mizoram border. This type of particular old alluvial soils can be found. Generally, the layers of the old alluvial soils are deep and brown in color, and these soils are more or less acidic and composed of fine to coarse loams. So basically, these old alluvial soils are formed in the layers, and its color is from deep brown in color, and these soils are more or less acidic. Number 2, the Piedmont soil. The Piedmont soils are confined to the northern narrow zone along the Piedmont zone of the Himalayan foothills. That means the foothill areas of the Himalayas. The Piedmont zone consists of the Bhabur and the Tarai belts. The Bhabur belt extending in east-west direction along the Assam-Arunachal Pradesh border is formed by a series of alluvial cones. So, the Piedmont zone or the bordering areas of the Bhabur and the Tarai belts in the Assam-Arunachal border, a series of alluvial cones can be found. The soils of these belts are composed of unassorted materials of boulders, pebbles, sands and silt. That means these Piedmont soils are, we can say, as the border area soils from the plain area with that of the hilly areas, and basically the materials are boulders, pebbles, sand, silt, etc. So these kind of some coarse materials can be found. Piedmont soils have deep to very deep layers. On the other hand, the soils of the Tarai belt occurring just south of the Bhabur belt generally remain saturated with water. So these soils therefore support tall grasses. So especially these Piedmont soils are quite saturated with water. That means they are quite filled up with water, and it is quite very helpful for tall grasses, for growing up of tall grasses. So especially the tall grasses can be grown in this type of Piedmont soils, but these soils are not fertile, so any kind of cultivation purpose can't be done. The hill soils are generally found in the southern hill areas of Assam. So number 3, the hill soils are quite found in the southern hill areas of Assam, as the name depicts the hill soils. So fertility of hill soils differs from place to place. Nitrogen and organic materials are abundant in these soils. So what type of materials we can find? Nitrogen and organic materials are quite abundant in these hill soils. So based on physical structure and chemical properties, these soils can be further divided into red sandy soils and red loamy soils. The red sandy hilly soils are found especially in the Assam-Meghalaya border region, Karbi Plateau, southern part of the Bareil range in the North Kachar or the NC Hills districts, and some parts of the foothills along the eastern boundary of the Kachar district. These soils are formed mainly due to erosion of rocks and their layers are very deep. These soils are strongly to moderately acidic with high organic content. That means these are from strong to moderately acidic with high organic content. That means organic or bioorganisms or the remnants of the bioorganisms can be found in this type of red sandy soils. Number 4, the laterite soils. The laterite soils are found in almost entire North Kachar Hills districts and in some southern parts of the Karbi Plateau. Moreover, these soils are also available in the eastern border of the Hamren subdivision of Karbi Anglong district, southern border of Golaghat district and the foothills of the Bareil range in the northern part of the Bara plain. Generally, these sorts of soils are black in color and their texture is sandy. So basically the laterite soils are quite black in color and their texture is what? Sandy. These soils contain less amount of nitrogen, potash, phosphoric acid and lime. Soils of Assam generally contain nitrogen and organic materials. The alluvial soils of the Brahmaputra and the Barak valleys are specially suitable for food crops cultivation. So basically the alluvial soils, both comprising the new alluvial and the old alluvial soils of the Brahmaputra and the Barak valleys are quite very suitable for the cultivation of different types of crops. Production of crops can be increased using organic manure, irrigation in the alluvial soils. The soils of the upper Brahmaputra valley are rich in phosphoric content and also acidic in nature. So these soils are mostly suitable for tea cultivation. So why we can find maximum amount of tea cultivations in the upper Assam? Because these contains excessive amount of phosphoric contents, at the same time acidic in nature. So which these type of soils are quite very suitable for cultivation of tea. On the other hand, the soils of the lower Brahmaputra valley have low amount of phosphoric content and thus these soils are less suitable for the tea cultivation. The new alluvial soils of the char areas of the Brahmaputra are suitable for growing oilseeds, pulses and rabi crops. So basically the new alluvial soils of the char means what? In Assamese we can say sor sapuri. Okay, that means the nearby the side areas of the Brahmaputra river and these are quite very suitable for growing oilseeds, pulses and rabi crops. Now what are rabi crops? Rabi crops means what? The crops that can be cultivated during the winter season. The alluviums of the inter-hill plains favor good cultivation of rice and vegetables. Soils in the hill slopes are favorable for horticultural and plantation crops. Soils of Assam are quite affected by a number of physical and the human factors. The physical and the chemical properties of the soils are damaged by these factors, which finally cause soil degradation. Among the physical factors, the important ones are number 1 or number A, the soil erosion on the hill slopes due to natural causes. Number B, waterlogging problems created on the plains and low-lying areas. So, these are quite the physical factors which are quite responsible for the soil degradation. The human factors play more active role than the physical factors in the case of soil degradation. The major human factors of soil degradation are surface soil erosion caused by increased surface water flow due to tree felling etc. That means cutting down of the trees which results into excessive amount of soil erosion. Number B, cultivation of land on hill slopes in unscientific manner. That means this is what? Cultivation of land on hill slopes in unscientific manner. Number C, jhum cultivation or shifting cultivation done in the hilly areas which also result into the soil degradation. And number D, waterlogging created as a result of human settlements and offer activities. So waterlogging means what? I think all you are quite familiar with the water, artificial flood of the Guwahati city. So this is known as what? Waterlogging. Because around everywhere, if the human settlements can be established, then what happen? The water drainage pattern are quite affect a lot. Is it clear? So the unnecessary water or the rainwater can't flow over it, because they are quite lacking in drainage system. So this resulting into waterlogging. As a result, what? Soil degradations. Next, number E, use of chemical fertilizers in soils in order to increase more crop production. And this this enhance the less amount of soil fertility in the soils. So when the people will use excessive amount of fertilizers such as manures, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, etc. So the unwanted plants will obviously it will eradicate. But at the same time, the natural reproductive quality or the fertility of the soil, it also hampers a lot, and this results into the soil degradation. The soil degradation means what? That means the lowering down the quality of soil. Soil degradation is a burning problem. Soil are the base of the living kingdom and also a valuable element of the physical environment. Soils provide life support to various plants and animal species. Soils have been playing the vital and the essential role in food crop productions. So soils are the valuable resource, and all kinds of efforts should be made to protect the soils from degradation for their conservation. So at the last but not the least, this soil degradation is a burning problem not only in Assam but in entire the world, at the same time in the India also. Is it clear? Because due to high population explosion, the people used to exploit the soils in such a manner that we see the resulted as a landslides, as we can see, the flood, artificial problems, then low productivity of soils results into some kind of very damage to the entire humanity. At the same time, both the animal and the human kingdom also. So conservation of soils is a must. Here we come at the end of this topic. So in our next class, we will discuss about the types of and the distribution of the forest of Assam and the administrative divisions of Assam. So this much is quite enough for this session. Thank you so much and have a nice day.